Okay, now let's talk about Virtual Office. So customer does not have Virtual Office appear on their dashboard until they're invited to a Virtual Office experience. Agent and corporate accounts have Virtual Office appear on their dashboard. How it works under agent broker account, copy and paste it to the corporate account. Makes it very simple. So you come in, click here to create a new virtual office. You give it the name, you invite the members by their email. Now, what's supposed to happen is here, we're supposed to have the name of the person and their email contact that they've added to the account so that the account is able to identify them uniquely because that's the account they signed up for. That's the account email that's going to show up here. So once they invite them, they'll get a message. You've been in your message, which the message also goes to the phone, says you've been invited to the virtual office. They click on that and then they enter the virtual office. Now, we already went over this. So after you've created the virtual office, you may have a few of them for different customers. So when you click the tab, now you'll see stuff like this. You can press log in, it automatically logs you in. And then you come to the customer info tab. Well, what that is, it lets you know a quick overview who's in this group, who's in this virtual office. I'm going over all this with you because you have to create this for the corporate account and just verify that everything is still the same in the agent broker because it was set up, but some things I just want to make sure there's no glitches and things of that nature. Um, then this is supposed to be address book. So customer info is address book. This is where you can update information on the customer. You need their first name, last name, date of birth, current address. So these fields should be laid out as current address with their contact number. It defaults to provide the email that's associated with the account. Then you can have data closing for their home, marital status, relationships, the other person that they've invited. You could just add their name, wife, but that's manual. Now, any documents they've signed, like default documents, things like that, that gets put right in here. Because once you invite that person to your account, it's going to know what documents they've signed and then put them right here. Because this is where their documents get stored. Now, I can click on the document and it will just download to me so I can see what documents. Now, regarding documents that are shared through this, what we've gone through, anything I've uploaded here within Virtual Office, they sign. I can see here. I can then say, send, save, send, which will then place them in their in this account, and it moves it from here. Anything I see that's still not signed, it's going to stay here until they sign it. Uh, and that's for both. That's for you know Virtual Office. So now I have information here. I can add notes about who they are. Phase 2 or 3, we're going to flesh this out into more campaign and use this back office for doing email campaigns, all sorts of follow-up, things like that, with the date of births and things like that. So now let's get past the documentation because we talked about that. Now the dashboard. So in this dashboard, what you have is the virtual office. It's going to have a drop-down window. It's going to show who you're working with, that the name of that virtual office you created. And this is has a purpose because now that I'm in virtual office, I don't need to log out to switch to other virtual office customers, and the customer is the same benefit. This is to help expedite things. The customer can go to the drop down and switch virtual office to other real estate agents they're working with. Listings appear here. They appear on this map. They appear in the quick view. They appear in the map view. This is um, considered quick view because you got this drop down here of the properties showing up, and they just have dots that, clusters to where it goes down to the individual listing. So it does start off with like a cluster format, but then it goes, you can drill it down, get close enough where you see the individual listing. The individual, yeah, that's this right here. There we go. Here's the clusters. And when you start getting out to the individual listing, I can hover over it and see this on an individual listing. Click on it, and then it will open up. And when it opens up, I believe there's a format view of that, and that's kind of a listing page for that property. If I want to add notes for that property, yeah, here we go. Okay, so there is a workflow actually. Okay, so here's the workflow. This is in your diagram, and this explains it. And the reason you need to know this is because you have to build this out for the other for sale by home, corporate account. So you'll all these things point to some different things that you're able to do. Switch between different virtual offices. Um, well, if you're in the quick view, you have this laid out and you have these clusters on the map. If you have the map view, can't open up the map view. I realize that now. Okay. So the map view will show you the map and it'll show you the filter along the side. I wonder if I have, yes, I do have a map view. Okay, so a map view looks like this. This has to be squared away. There has to be, and you have all the filters. All filters have been provided to you. And you see them here. This is what commercial, and I believe this is residential. Yeah. Okay, so you have the filter right here that needs to, I believe, created, commercial, residential as well. The properties, once you find the one that you like, you click interested. Interested will take you to this page, and you can create notes. It gives you a little highlight of the notes in the listing because it allows for that. And the couples are sharing amongst themselves. You're sharing listings in here. They may say don't like. They may say delete. Delete just deletes it. Don't like just removes it and puts it into the don't like section. Okay, so there are many times people who are looking for property, they say, oh, I don't like it. So the property goes into the don't like. Later on, they realize, hey, I like it. They go back. Now in here, and they wind up adding the property to their interested instead, and looking at the notes. Delete deletes it from here. It doesn't delete it from the website, but it deletes it from any of this. It deletes it from the interested and not interested section. Now, what will happen is it will put it back into the general circulation, right? This is an idea of what it's the wrong color scale because there's things that are missing, but it puts it back into see what a listing will look like. Um, but the properties let's say that I had looked at and I said I don't like, they'll show up gray under the icons that's assigned to them, or they'll show up over here and it may be grayed out again, showing that the property is something you've seen but you're not interested in. Now, over here, what I'm circling is letting the developer know that we can't put the original listing agent information here. I'm taking the person to the office. That original agent information is either removed, replaced with mine, but most likely just removed. And other important information is just laid out here accordingly. And that's important because under an agent broker, he can show other people's properties and represent them as a broker agent. Now, here's something important. Corporate account. So corporate account, they are not obviously showing all other people's listings because they're responsible for their own. So the only listings that will appear in their virtual office on the map or appear I, or appear here in this infinite scroll are their listings. So their listings will appear on the map. Their listings will appear in the drop-down scroll for the corporate account holders. Um, Now there's the last page here. It's called Contact. Contact shows the agent's contact here. Maybe the tab can be opened up better. I don't know, but it's an infinite scroll. And you click on them and it opens up over here. And this, gets a different color. Um, that I think needs to be fleshed out. It may have been there, I don't know. But you can search by full name, last name, first. Well, first name, good luck. I guess you could search by first name, which I don't think is bad. But you could definitely search by full name or last name. And then their information will pop up over here from the whole alphabet, or you can scroll through the whole alphabet. And then you have their information and all the documents, whatever, here, and then you can press edit. Edit will take you to the address book where their information is then, right, that's the address book. And then they can update information there. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that we need to go over with this, but I think we've covered it. And again, copy and paste to corporate account. I couldn't remember it.